it's interesting that all these things that I'm experiencing, I'm loving every moment of it, because it's like you start finding out all these different little things that you didn't even realize was going on. Like, for instance, I was reading a book about sometimes they've noticed that women who have breast cancer happen to have a root canal. And the root canal, it ends up being in the same side that the root canal was done. And then they did this study where they did this one, not like a mammogram, but it's like this heat-like thing, and it showed that it was directly connected. And it's like this bacteria that ends up happening when they do this root canal. And I thought, shut up. Because I had a root canal in this tooth. And though I have Hodgkin's, this is the beauty. Though I have Hodgkin's and not breast cancer. So I thought, wow, that is interesting. And then it hit me. I was like, oh my God, one of the things I think I'm storing inside my cells, my body, because everything to me, and to many that understand it, everything is an energy. And you have an energy field. And the way you feel, or whatever's in your subconscious mind that you're not even thinking of, that you don't realize is there, affects you, even your health. And I totally, it just hit me, and I realized what bothered me the most has been sitting in my cells and my energy. That the reason why I had that in the first place done was because this police officer out in Illinois, it was a situation that I was completely innocent on, but because he was this big bully and just kind of put everybody in the same suit of what was going on, he yanked me really roughly when all I was doing was standing there, having my sister stand behind me because somebody wanted to jump her. That's all was going on. So he, instead of protecting, finding out what was going on, he just yanked me. Anyway, I wasn't even supposed to be there, and I ended up being there. And then I seen this whole incident happen. Long story short, the cop, who I was allowing him to just arrest me so he can finally figure out what was really going on and that I was completely innocent. So I allowed him to arrest me. When I gave him my hands so he can put the cuffs, he not only cuffed me, once I was cuffed, he took my head and slammed my face against the back of his police car, and half my tooth, chipped, went flying who knows where. My lip was swollen. He busted my mouth. Instant pain. I was crying, and I was really upset. So the very next day, on a Sunday morning, I cried and called my dentist, and he came in on his day off and did a permanent, not permanent, but a temporary on my, filled up the gap, because it was seriously a big chip. And then I had to go back in and had a root canal done because my tooth was so sensitive. Eventually I had a crown put on it, but if I would know what a crown consisted of, I would have never done that. Nonetheless, I realized what I've kept in my energy field. I needed to read that to understand there was something still affected in my life that I thought I had let go, but I didn't. And I was like, oh my God, I'm really upset. I'm not upset about the root canal. And not even upset that that incident occurred, but super upset that when I tried to sue the cop and I went to a lawyer, the lawyer was friends with the cop and he never let me know, and he never did nothing about it. And a year later, he finally, because I kept bothering him about it, sent me back all my information and told me he couldn't do anything for me because he represents the cop. And by the time he did all that and everything was done, I could no longer sue him. And so I was like, are you kidding? So it wasn't about the suing. It was about I was mistreated. And he was never punished. And not that I think people should be punished, or they should or they shouldn't. It's just that wrong is wrong, and he should have been, something should have happened so that he understands that it's not okay to just take an innocent person and bust him up or be violent with them just because. And I never had that resolved. And I figured it out. I was like, oh my God, I've had that in my field, on top of all these things that have occurred, my bad habit of eating nuts and sugar, and just a combination of everything. I see why I'm where I am now, and I totally get it. But I'm like, I wanted to share this because I wanted to get it out of my system. So it's no longer in my subconscious mind, no longer in my energy field. So yes, him never getting what he should have got for doing what he did to me really bothers the crap out of me. And it's something I need to let go of. Because I shouldn't let someone's actions affect me as a being, as a human being that I am. So I'm sharing this so that I can let it go. What happened is what happened. And today, at this very moment, what's going on is that I get to really live life and really see the beauty in everything and the possibilities in all things that occur. So if those were the chain of events that occurred that combined with what way I ate and just the whole thing to get me where I'm at today, and so be it. So I'm complete with that, and I am glad that I'm where I am today because it's a lesson in its life, and it allows me to really understand my body and to really be a contribution to others to make a difference.